Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'll be showing you how to get better at Fortnite. So what you really want to do is, if you're brand new to the game, you usually want to start. You probably the first thing you look up is, oh, let's see how good I can get really good at the game. Well, the first thing you want to do is to look up something like that. If you clicked on this video, you clicked on the right thing. If like if you're like that type of person, you want to be good but you don't want to be sweaty, you would want to go like more like into like solos or something like that and get better. The reason why I say that is because when you have a good like reputation out as a beginner, and then you start learning from other people, you want to like work harder, I guess. So you don't really have to like be by yourself, or like you can be by yourself, but it would be easier if you work together with somebody else. Like when I first started, you would work together, and then when you work together, you would join more friends, so it makes it easier for you to join them. And when you had more people to play with, you had more of a chance to get to where you needed to be. Once I get loaded into this game, I will show you a couple tips and tricks on what you could do to get better, and I'll show you some settings you could use to also get better too. One of the things you also gotta get used to is when you're first beginning the game, you have to use the normal settings. So first, let's just say, okay, let's grab some random weapons so I can show what it would look like in a real game, I guess. Let's actually go with a regular normal AR that's actually in the game for once. Alright, so when you have a game like this, you want to be more like pushy, because if you don't, you're gonna get rushed, and when you get rushed, you're not gonna be ready for that. So first, what you would want to do is like you want to go into this thing called BHE. You'll like what you really gotta do is just go onto Fortnite itself, and you should see it. It's like the first thing. First thing I would tell you, if you're gonna learn, first thing I would learn is to build. You always wanna like start with 3, so then you have an idea of what you could do, or like even 4 maybe. So what you wanna do is if you play on Xbox or PlayStation, you're gonna hold down the R2, and then whatever it is for basically like I think it's RB for Xbox. You wanna hold that down and let that happen. So then when you edit it, it's just like that basically. It's smooth, and you don't really have to worry about. For floors is a little more difficult. Reason why is because you have to move your body more with the screen, because if you don't, you're gonna have a huge loss of advantage. So what I do before I get into indie games is I go like this, and I face this way, and I go out of the way. I do it 5 times, so my brain gets used to it. And when I get really good at it and I screw up, I have to do it all again. It's just a non-stop like movement. And once you get done with the other one, you're gonna flip it back and do it the same one again. So then you actually have like somewhat idea. It doesn't matter what way you face, you just gotta make sure you have it correct. And then for like the last 2, what you're gonna do is you're gonna add a floor. You're gonna add a floor on top of you right here, like this. So then when you're like in a 1v1 that I'll teach in a little bit, you're gonna want, or like even then when you're boxed up like this, you're gonna want to have an edit, and then when you think about to shoot, you wanna move out the way and then shoot them with your shotgun. The reason why is because you'll have more of a chance. And if it's like this and they're on the other side, like right here, what you want to do is you're gonna want to go inside their box without them getting out. So what you do is you go like that, edit this wall, and you edit that, and then if they're under the stair, and then you got them. One other thing I would describe that's probably going to be one of the hardest things you do when you start playing, it's your settings. It depends how you go on those things. If you're like fast and you want to be fast paced like most people, like Booga, or like those main people on like Twitch and everything, you would want to go with fast settings. If you're new, you want to start with slow settings. Like right now, I am running. Hold up, let's see. Right now, my settings are this basically, because I'm using a controller. all I'm doing is using these. I'm using advanced because when you use advanced options, you have more of a concept of what you're doing at the time, and it gives you a better idea of what you can do. But here's the settings that I would use, especially like you can move them around if you want to. It's just in certain statuses and certain build fights, you want to be fast or slow, and then you never want to put on linear. It just depends how you feel. I didn't mean to put on linear. It's just something that's natural. You always want to have certain things. You want to have this on 0 because you have this at 0, you're gonna have more of a chance and quicker reaction time for you to do it. While you're having more quick reaction time, you also have that chance of working harder and not have to worry about people getting into your box. Slide hold time is nothing that big. It's just you have to have it pretty quick in this game now. If you're playing on PC, you're gonna want to run, and it's a brand new PC. Like let's say it's like an Amazon type of PC, and it's not running that fast. So what I would do is I would run 120 FPS or 144 or maybe 160 if your PC can hold it. And if your PC can hold that, I would go up higher. But if your PC is like mine and yours can't hold it, I would do most likely like this much, because if you're running this much, you should be good for like a whole, like you should be good for a while without anything going wrong. But with all that happening, you have to worry about a lot of things. Like you just have to do this and then you should be fine. But other than that, if you're trying to get good at the game, so then you're like, oh, I'm good better my friend says, gonna take a while. Also, what I would do if you're trying to get good at editing, you would want to go like this. You want to go into like a random creative map. If you're new to that, this is basically you stand there and just spam and you hold until you got it. And once you got it, you switch to the different thing. There's a thing called a freaking like a triangle basically. So when you're like this, you're just like this non-stop. But then also you have to worry about people that are like not brand new, but like you have to worry about people that are actually good at the game and not horrible. But then also you also want to think about, oh, if people are going to be better, you're going to want to be 2 times better. So let me show you a trick I use when I'm going against people in 1v1s. What I would do is, if you have the wall first, like especially when you're going against each other, against somebody like very hard, what you're going to do is you're going to edit this. Instead of you going all the way up and wasting your time, you're not going to do that. No, that's a slow way to get up. What you want to do is you're going to put a thing right here, like that, and jump. That's a 90. It's not that hard to do. It's just you have to get used to it. That, and then once you think you got it slow enough, you keep doing it a little bit faster, and get used to like the way it is. And at one point you can just go like this non-stop until you just like get to max height. But other than that, you just have to have a lot of reaction time, and 90s are not that hard. Just go like this. You just do this all the time. Just do like this non-stop. Start like that, and then always start up with, and then go like that, and then go like this, and then like that, and then go like this, and then like that. Once you think you got that down, go boop, boop, and go like that. Or like start with this wall first, whatever makes it easier for you. And once you have that down, you're just like this non-stop. And then once you have that down, you're gonna go boop, 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 and you just start turning. So then once you get used to turning, you're just doing it non-stop like that. And you keep doing it until you think you're good enough, and then you can add the extra thing. You just add the floor. So then you have that. And then at one point you can be like, okay, well then there's that, it's easy, then what else could I do? And then you go straight to the other idea. You just go like this, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you just keep doing that. And you keep practicing that until you think you got it. And you just go boop, 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 boop. And you keep doing it to the point that you can just go this. But then you also see like the differences in the way you build. Aiming wise, if you want to get good at aiming, you're just gonna want to stand still, ask one of your friends to like run across the thing like that, and just start shooting until you think you hit all your shots. And then if you didn't do good, you practice off of that. And once you think you're good at that, you're just like, okay, well and then you're like, okay, if I can do that, what else should I learn? Then you're probably also thinking, oh, this guy's lying. There's actual people that I know, people that actually know what they're doing sometimes. Like, I have friends that do the same thing as we do. Before we get on, we usually just like practice doing edits and everything. The reason why we do that is so then when we get into a real game, we actually have something to do. We actually know what we could be doing instead of just like being here just wasting my time doing that. Like in a real game, you're not gonna be safe. You have to worry about other people shooting you. But so you don't want to be those people to go. You want to also be good at sniping, because when a guy peeks his head, the first thing you want to do is just shoot. So then you have the up their advantage on everything, other than just like things you have to learn. Like if you want to learn how to, like instead of you doing this and building up and people shoot you down from the bottom like this, learn how to do this. You go up, floor, wall, that. Floor, wall, like, yeah, it's just floor, wall, stair. Floor, wall, stair. Floor, wall, stair. Floor, wall, stair. And then you can turn into the 90 and just do that. Floor, and then, even then you can just do like, floor, or like, wall, and then just do stair, because then it makes sense for you if it's better. If you're like, sort of like, oh, this is going to be too difficult, it's going to stress me out, don't really get stressed out over it. Just practice one thing at a time. What I did is when I started practicing, I practiced more editing. So what I would do is I'll get up into my creative mat and I would load it up and just wait for this, just sit there for hours. And next day when I think I was good with that, I would switch to 8 to 90s and practice doing 90s until I think I was good enough. But let's see. If you think you're good enough, you should add like 1v1 your friends to see if y'all who's better than the other, and then also you have a chance to see if you need to get better at things, or you need to practice more things than you need to. Like if you think you're good at this, stop practicing this, and if you think you're bad at editing, just edit. If you're bad at editing, or like if you're good at editing but you're not good at building, you practice building. But other than that, that's basically what you just gotta do. You have to have the right tools and the right things to do when you're playing Fortnite. It's just a natural thing. But if you clicked on this video, thank you. I would like you to subscribe. If you do subscribe, you would be giving a big you would give me a big smile on my face, because once I know who's really been the OGs for my channel, you will be gifted anything at a item shop you want. But other than that, I will be, and when you do subscribe to me, I will be posting every two days a week, I think. I'm pretty sure I'll be doing that. But other than that, this is the end of this video. Please like and subscribe, and if you like it, you can show your friends the way you will learn by just looking something up. Peace.